In attempt to gain understanding into her world and personality and to apply that insight to recent and ongoing events, I analyzed the natal chart of Min Hee-Jin. Despite not knowing her birth time, I ended up finding a few pretty illuminating placements and aspects. Here's a short astrological analysis of Min Hee-Jin. She has 3 planets in Sagittarius, the Sun, Mercury, and Neptune. This woman is restlessly ambitious with boundless energy. She's big on intuition and is primarily driven by her gut. Hee-Jin is perpetually adrift in a world of idealism, how she thinks existence should be, which translates to lots of disappointment with reality as it stands. The truth is what she prioritizes above all, and she fights for it. She sees it as something that must be communicated. She feels like she herself is a pipeline of universal truths that are meant to be delivered to the people she encounters throughout her life. She needs autonomy and freedom, and she highly values justice. Given her being a natural thrill seeker, she's able to achieve incredible feats when she takes risks in a reasonable fashion. With the Sun and Neptune being conjunct here, though, her activities might lack order and structure, and she may find herself acting recklessly and impulsively more often than not. Min Hee-Jin is very critical of others, but mostly of herself. Virgo is traditionally associated with innocence, purity, and meticulousness. She has great anxiety associated with perfectionism. Seeing her amazing work ethic in action is something to behold, although she tends to obsess greatly. Her workaholic tendencies are derived from events that happened in her childhood. Expectations were set by her family that are unconsciously ingrained in her. She highly dislikes being out of control. She has very exact and distinct methods of getting things done, and most of her work is done in privacy. She seeks out opportunities to make improvements and to bring things to a superior level. She's a real multitasker and can get scatterbrained, but she achieves completion and her finished products are of quality no matter what. The tendency to focus on fine details and her overall focus when it comes to getting things done only increases as time goes on. Others love her for the care that she shows them, and although she genuinely enjoys nurturing and being of service to the people in her life, her soul is on a path of staying grounded, facing reality, learning not to be overly empathic when it comes to others, and taking care of her needs above all. Luck bestows itself upon this woman for most of her life, and as a result, it's quite easy for her to always maintain an optimistic outlook. This is another indicator of her spirit being risk-taking, justice-preserving, truth-telling, and also pioneering. Hee-Jin is an absolutely unstoppable force when it comes to knocking out her goals. She seeks out and gladly takes on competition, and she's always ready to endure challenge after challenge resiliently. She works through her pain with loads of tenacity. The trauma she's endured and setbacks she experiences motivate her to keep pushing onward and forward. With Mars at play here, I would not be shocked if she had overcome a serious health issue or a very limiting physical disability in the past. Given how lucky she perpetually is, practicing moderation can be a struggle. Personal hardships spur her on to be endlessly open, generous, and giving to those around her. Her relationship with her mother or mother-like caretaker was quite intense during her early years. It was up to her to figure out how nurturing works and how to provide it for herself all on her own. As a result, she hides her vulnerability as much as possible, and she might even outright deny her emotions the right to be felt. She has a clear and definite soft spot for the wounded, children, and females. She sees the pain of others as her own pain. She views the children in her life as extensions of herself, as they connect her with her original wound created through the nurturing that she was not given. She has this intuitive, laser-like insight into what's going on in others' lives regarding their families, emotions, and trauma. She may not be aware of an unconscious tendency to be extremely empathic toward women and mother figures. She tries to heal all of them, ultimately so that she can heal herself. Although Pluto contacts with Venus are most telling of how someone is in their more intimate relationships, this energy is also prevalent in her outer life and public connections. Her relationships with others at any given time are determined greatly by the quality of the relationship she has with herself. Despite high self-esteem indicators throughout her chart, this one is tough and almost always indicates very low self-worth. Adverse feelings based on such give way to obsession, jealousy, and possessiveness in her relationships. She's ultimately terrified of both judgment and betrayal, and so this aspect tempers her boldness. She goes through life feeling judged by her family, society, and mostly by men, as she definitely doesn't embody a demure, docile, traditional image of a woman. Her actions and approach to the world evoke discomfort in others. There's probably a pattern of encountering people that want to possess, abuse, and manipulate her for their own personal gain and to soothe their own insecurities, and quite possibly vice versa. There's a strong capability of being able to take whatever obsession she feels and to channel that passion into her career or whatever project she's working on. And when she does that, she achieves greatness and makes absolute bank. Thanks for watching.